What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. We back here in Sweden. Of course, y'all know your boy making his way to Scandinavia, and we here with 20 hilarious Swedish sayings and idioms. This is from Saga Johanna. I've done one of her videos before. Maybe two. But we here with these 20 sayings. Definitely going to be interesting to hear. I seen one with rope trotting, but there was more Denmark, Danish, and a little bit of Finnish, a little bit of Norwegian, a little bit of Swedish. But let's check this out. Hear the explanations. You see the idioms explained to American type thing. So let's check it out.
Hey, my name is Saga. I am from Sweden, and today I wanted to share with you guys my 20 favorite and the funniest Swedish idioms and expressions, and I really hope you like them too. Number 1, and we're starting up strong with pang på rödbetan, or in English, bang on.
Pang på rödbetan. She said that fast though. Bang on the beetroot.
This is a very useful Swedish expression that stems back from a long time.
Bang on the beetroot.
It originates with the meaning to have sex with someone and be intimate without foreplay, and it can also be used as someone who's just a little bit too eager. You could use it.
That's one of those getting right straight to the point type of things right there. Bang on the beetroot.
Expression, for example,
That's
if you go on a
crazy.
date with someone and maybe they kiss you on the first date, or they're just a bit too forward, and you could say, "Oh, I don't want to go on a date with him again because he was a bit too much bang on the beetroot."
Bang on the
Number
beetroot.
2 is one of my favorite expressions, and that is inget att hänga i julgranen. Or in English, nothing to hang.
What?
2 is one of my favorite expressions, and that is inget att hänga i julgranen. Or in English, nothing to hang in the Christmas tree.
Nothing to
We
hang
use
in the
this
Christmas
expression
tree.
when something isn't good enough. For example, if you get a gift or an item, you can say, well, that's nothing to hang in the Christmas tree. It means nothing really to have. Number 3 is...
See, we were. It's one of those. I have definitely had situations like that. You know, giving somebody something, they like, that's it.
Is när man talar om trollen, or in English, speaking of the trolls. This is maybe the most Swedish expression, speaking of the trolls, but it's very similar to the English expression, speak of the devil.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. That's one of those, speaking of the devil, that's one of those I heard a lot growing up. And I still kind of use today. You know, when you mentioning someone and then they walk in and like, speaking of the devil, there he is right there type of thing. That's what we
Personally, I prefer this expression because it's very fun and sweet. And it also reminds me of my time growing up in Norway.
I roast some of my players. I roast them too. So they'll probably think I'm calling them a troll anyway. Speaking of the troll.
Since I'm half Norwegian, and I think Norwegians in general like trolls more than Swedish people do. Number 4, and we're going back to the bedroom, and that is tagen på sängen, or in English, taken on the bed. This expression is obviously hilarious, and it means that you're being really surprised, especially in a situation when you've acted in a way that you knew was going to get you in trouble, but you did it anyway. Number 5 is nära skjutningen hage, or close doesn't shoot any hairs. I personally use this expression all the time, and I always translate it to English.
What? Near does not shoot a hair?
Doesn't shoot any hairs. I personally use this expression all the time, and I always translate it to English and use it in English as well, although it doesn't make as much sense. But I think it's a very fun, harsh Swedish expression that basically says that if you get close enough but doesn't get to the finish line, it doesn't really matter. You didn't do good enough.
Oh, yeah. We have those people like, I almost got it. Almost is not good enough. Almost doesn't count.
You won't get the hair unless you shoot it. Number 6 is balsam på själen, or in English, conditioner for the soul. This is a very popular Swedish expression, and it is quite literal. It means something that conditions or soothes your soul. For example, when you have a really good dessert or something sweet, you can say it feels like conditioner for the soul.
Okay, we say like just good for the soul.
Number 7 is definitely not a compliment, and that is tappad bakom en vagn. Or in English, drop behind the carriage. This basically means that someone is really, really stupid. For example, you could say, are you dropped behind a carriage, if someone acts really, really stupidly.
Yeah, we say, are you stupid or are you dumb?
And don't seem to realize. Number 8 is dra mig baklänges, or in English, pull me backwards. This is, I think, one of the funniest expressions. It also sounds good and fun to say in Swedish, dra mig baklänges. And it means that you're really surprised or shocked by something. Like, you can't believe it's happening, so you say, dra mig baklänges, pull me backwards. Number 9 is het på gatan, or in English, hot on the porch. I personally love this expression. I find it so funny. We have a similar expression, which is like the cat around hot porch. What these expressions basically mean is someone, again, is a bit too eager. Again, a great expression you can use when talking about dating. You can, for example, say, she was a bit too hot on the porch, so I don't want to date her anymore.
Okay, I feel like we have something for that. I just probably never used it or anything. Maybe sometimes during conversation, I watch a lot of podcasts, so you'll probably I hear people say certain things that also new to me, probably an old saying, but like here in the States, everything is different state to state. So, but there are some things that relates. Everybody just know, but there are certain things that you just gotta be from there to understand.
Number 10 is a bit of a weird one, and that one is skita I det blå skåpet, or crudely in English, shit in the blue cupboard. Although not an expression I use on a daily basis, it means to embarrass yourself or to simply go too far. Number 11 is pest eller kolera, or in English, plague or cholera. You can use this expression when you have to choose between two terrible things. And you'd say, well, it's like choosing between plague or cholera. You don't want either, so you don't really want to choose.
That was almost like the presidency here. Somebody told me they were like, voting for these presidents is either you have the choice of getting kicked in the private or slapped in the face. But pick your poison.
Number 12 is another one I use all the time, and that is i tid och otid, or in English, in time and untime. This is something you can say when someone does something all the time, even if it's not really appropriate. For example, if someone just keeps telling you the same thing or about the same topic over and over again, you could say, oh, he's talking about it in time and untime. Number 13 is a very useful one, and that is i magen, or ice in the stomach. This is an expression we use when someone is supposed to be really calm. You can say, remember to have ice in the stomach whenever you're going to go into that meeting. But in any case, it's a really good expression to use anytime you want to remember to be really calm and grounded. Number 14 is a more modern expression, and that is gå in i väggen. This means basically that someone's burned out. So very often you'll hear this at work or in common social settings. So a very literal expression, but also a very useful one. Number 15 is the funny one, and that is så in i Norden, or in English, so in the Nordics. And it's an expression that we use to really highlight something. For example, it was so really, really freaking cold. And instead you could say in Swedish, it was so in the Nordics cold. Number 16 is armbåga sig fram, or in English, elbow your way forward. This is a great expression to use when someone is being inconsiderate about how they're moving forward or advancing. You can elbow your way forward literally, like actually literally at a concert, but most often we talk about it as elbowing your way forward when you're trying to reach a top position in your company or at the place you work at. Number 17.
So that's like we use like press towards the mark, or something like that. Or I feel like there's another one. When you're trying to reach your goals and dreams and stuff, you tell someone, keep pressing on.
When you're trying to reach a top
There's a couple of those,
in your company or at the place you work at. Number 17 is gå åt skogen, or go to the forest. This is an expression we use when something goes really, really bad. For example, you could ask, how was that date last night? And you could answer, if it went really, really bad, oh, it went to the forest. And that means it just really, really went bad, and there's no return from that. Number 18 is one of my favorite ones, and that is visa vad skåpet ska stå, or in English, show them where the cabinet is going to stand. Not the easiest one to translate, but it's to really tell someone how things are supposed to be done and to do it in an assertive way. It can be used in so many different kind of scenarios, but for example, if someone's being a bit rude or being a bit just unpleasant, you can show them where the cupboard is going to stand by just outshining them, for example, and really doing a better job. Then you really show them where the cupboard would stand. Number 19, which is very important for Swedish people, is to have rent mjöl i påsen, or clean flour in the bag. This is an expression to describe someone who is really pure or kind or reliable. You can say that I can really trust that person because they have clean flour in the bag. Sort of an opposite expression to having skeletons in the closet. And it's very useful, isn't it? Number 20.
Skeletons in the closet, one of those like keeping secret thing, ain't it?
In the closet, and it's very useful, isn't it? Number 20, and the last one for today that I wanted to share with you guys is skinn på näsan, or skin on the nose. This is an expression that is very popular. and that we often use when we speak about women. You often hear people in Sweden say that, oh, she has skin on the nose, which means you're talking about a woman who is tough and who is independent and reliable.
Oh, got tough skin.
So those are my favorite Swedish.
So we'll say somebody has tough skin.
Idioms and expressions. I really hope you like them. And I'm sure, especially if you're in Europe, that you have some similar expressions yourself. So I'd love to hear them in the comments below. I also hope I
gotta learn some more
translating them, because I did do direct translation, because I often think when you're learning about a culture or language, direct translation can be more useful because you understand how the language works and you understand the culture a bit more. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and remember to like this video so I'll make more of them, because I know that you like them. Thank you so much for watching. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I'll see y'all next week. Hej då!
Hej då! Oh, bloopers. I'll tell you, that's how I be in front of the camera. That's how I be, you know. But no, this was good. I'm just glad some of the expressions I knew. When she explained, though, I was like, oh, that's kind of like this, kind of like that. So, but yeah, those are definitely interesting. Those are very interesting ones. So, but it's gonna be interesting to hear them possibly in person here soon. So, but that's all I have for this video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations, and y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.